Hey guys, Buffing Gaming back today, bringing out a video for our favorite weapon series for our Warzone weapons. And today we're going to be covering the VSS Vintorez as a Warzone build here. I'm going to be using it more so as the assault rifle build, kind of the meta from Escape from Tarkov if anyone's familiar with that game. And I'm going to utilize this in Warzone, show you how to build it, and we'll show how I play through a solo win here, jump in game and take a look at that. So let's go ahead first and we'll back out and look at the weapon and we'll build it from scratch. So first off, you're going to want to use at base the AS VAL. Now, that's going to be unlocked if you guys don't have it yet and you haven't seen the previous videos we covered. That's going to be at tier 31 of the battle pass here for season 6, I believe we're in here. So we go back to 31, and here we have the AS VAL unlocked here at tier 31. So go back to our weapons. We're going to strip that down to base. We'll start with the base AS VAL here. And what we'll do is we're going to actually leave the base barrel. You also have some other options here like the VLK OSA barrel, which will increase your damage range and bullet velocity. But for really how we want to use this weapon, and I think one of the best ways to use it, we're going to use it with the base barrel. Now we're going to go ahead and do a tac laser. That's going to, or excuse me, not a tac laser, a 5 milliwatt laser. This is going to help out with the hip fire accuracy and the sprint to fire speed. The cons here are going to be the laser is going to be visible to enemies. But again, this is really going to help us out with hip fire. And if you do ADS or you're sprinting, that laser will not be visible. So just keep that in mind. We're going to be mainly using this weapon for close quarters engagements, I would say inside of 40 meters. So go to select that. Now the optic, we're going to go ahead and go with the holographic or the EOTech optic here. Another really good one is the APX5 I would recommend with this, or the Viper optic, which is a Cobra in real life. But for this one, we're going to go with the holographic. Just a standard precision sight picture here. It's going to give us a 1.5 times magnification. The cons here, just the ADS speed, since we're adding that extra weight, but I think it's only about 1.5 frames, so you're not even going to notice it. Go ahead and put that on. Now the stock, this is the key attachment here for the VSS Vintorez. We're going to want this VLK vintage stock, so this is going to help with the aiming stability. The cons here being the aim walking movement speed. So we'll go ahead and select that one, and again, that's going to turn this weapon essentially into the VSS Vintorez from the AS VAL, giving it that wooden fixed stock. Now we'll skip out on the perk as well as the rear grip. Just to note here, the rear grip, if you do use it with this specific stock, you can see how it affects it there. It's actually a pretty cool attachment, replacing the actual entire pistol grip, almost the whole lower receiver for parts of it, but the stock and the pistol grip mainly are going to be replaced there with this vintage stock. So we'll go ahead and select that. Skip out on the perk and the rear grip. Ammunition key attachment here. Now the VSS Vintorez in real life is a sniper rifle or more of a DMR, and here we would use the SPP rounds, but however, it does take sniper and regular AR rounds. They're all 9x39, so for this one, using SPP rounds, I believe the base magazine, the 20 and the 30, is 9x39 SP6, so those would be the armor-piercing rounds. So we're going to go ahead and throw on that 30-round magazine, increasing our magazine capacity of 10 rounds by the 9x39. The cons here, just ADS speed and movement speed, but again, you can see with the stats there, it doesn't really add that much. We're only adding 10 extra rounds to the magazine. It's not like we're going from 30 to 60 like we would with some 5.56 assault rifles. So we'll select that. Now the underbarrel attachment for this one, again, we're utilizing this mainly for CQC engagements. We're going to go ahead and do the Merc foregrip. So this is going to assist with the recoil control. So if we do need to ADS and engage at medium, longer closer quarters engagements, longer medium range, I guess you would say, at that far end of that 40 meter range, we would be able to do so. And the hip fire accuracy also is going to go really well with that 5 milliwatt laser, and those two are going to work together in really close quarters engagements, and you're going to down people very quick. The cons here, again, are just the aim walking movement speed and the ADS speed. So we'll select that. And now this is our final design for the VSS Vintorez. Again, really heavily inspired after what I would use in Escape from Tarkov for the most of the time. And again, this is actually a very viable. Really, I set out to make this weapon. I said I'm gonna run this Tarkov meta in Warzone and see how we handles here. And it actually worked out really well. You'll see with a good 7 or 8 kill win. Now, just to note here, you can also run the VLK Strelix stock. This is really going to have a lot of benefits here. It's going to help out with your recoil control even more, so you're going to see how it's going to increase your accuracy, aiming stability, and aim walking steadiness. The cons are just the aim walking movement speed and the ADS speed. So this is another very, very good option. But again, in this case that I'm using it for, we're going to use it mainly for closer quarters engagements. We're not going to be needing that recoil control out to those longer ranges. So another option would be to go with the Strelix stock and pair that with the OSA stock if you're going to go longer range engagements. But again, this is not a weapon built for long range engagements. So you really want to use it where its niche is. If you're familiar with it in other video games and in real life, its niche is close quarters to very short medium range engagements. And this is really what we're going to go with this. So it's going to fire at around 923 rounds per second. And that 9x39 again is a very large round. So you can see just the camos here, how those would look on this. And we're going to leave the standard black. I think it looks really well with this gun to keep it more realistic. And then for the optic, we're going to go with a witch optic. That's just going to help out with, again, just keep it a little bit better eyes on target with that different red colored reticle there. It's going to help out a little bit more. So that's the final design for a VSS Vintorez Warzone build. Let's go ahead now and we'll jump right into the gameplay. I'll walk you through this solo win and we'll see how this weapon handles in game here in a live war. Okay, so jump into game here. We're going to pick up. I've been looting for a little bit here, and you can see my loadout has already dropped, so I haven't really seen anybody. I've got some decent loot, and this is actually a pretty interesting sniper rifle build you can pick up off the ground. It's got that thermal optic. You can see this guy just got his loadout next to mine, and he's running Ghost now, so I can't really see him too well. However, he is going to go to this buy station. I'm going to wait for him to stand still, and I'm going to be able to line up that headshot. They did nerf the thermal optics, so it's a little bit hard to see, so I was pretty happy with that shot. Now, I had just gotten my loadout here, and you can see, really unlucky for this guy. He does a contract right here, and again, I just roll up on him, and I down him very quickly. I think less than 20 shots I ended up downing him, and the high rate of fire, that 9x39, very large caliber, able to down him. And then here I'm using the SRP, that new marksman rifle, the Remington 700. And this is pre-patch with this weapon where it was still hit scan here. I think I have normal rounds on, and you can just see that I think it was a 263 meter kill on my contract there, and I was able to get him pretty easily there. I'm not sure why he was peaking, but again, this was like day 2 or 3 of the new season. So here's a good example. I had it rotated all the way in the superstore here, and you can see there's one guy just came out the roof, so you can see that that range there is probably, what, 30, maybe 40 meters away from me, and how inaccurate it was. So that's where, if you really were going to engage further, you could use that Strelok stock. But here I'm going to use it really how it's supposed to be used. And he's behind that HVAC unit, so going to get some shots on him. Again, I don't want to engage it too far. I want to force him in closer to me or get myself on cover. So at this point, he's got to move with the wall, so I'm going to position myself behind these loadouts. He's fishing for hits there, and again, he's still peeking behind that HVAC. He's going to start to have to move here, so I'm going to try and anticipate which side he's going to go. And I picked it right, so I was able to get that hit, and now I'm going to push him. This is where the Vintorez comes in really clutch. Again, I think he was running a kilo there or something like that, and that VSS just wrecked him. So, very good. Again, that 9x39 is basically, think of it, the equivalent of 300 blackout of the 7.62x39 Russian round. So, a very large round. And then you can see this guy comes up on the roof over here. I could initially hear him down below. So I'm going to play this. I need to be on cover. He's got me in a weird spot. I have a gas mask, luckily. I'm just going to circle around, get myself on hard cover. And you can see him chilling over there. So I'm going to actually just nail that headshot with the SBR. Really, really clutch headshot there. Now here, just fast forward a few more seconds. I'm going to be looking around. I heard fire on the opposite side of the circle. And there I'm able to line up that headshot, and I downed that guy. But this cluster strike did get dropped on me, so I dropped down right in time. I didn't want to drop all the way to the ground there, because I know there's probably some guys below me in Superstore still. So I'm going to drop down to this secondary roof here and just play it. I'm going to have to move in, but I know there's one guy on the opposite side of the circle, and there's at least one dude below me here I can hear. So I'm going to drop down behind him. And again, you can see just how fast the time to kill is with this weapon. Fast forward a few more seconds, now it's 1v1, and I've moved forward here. I'm going to try and get position on this car. And this guy drops an airstrike, and you can see him there on the corner right. He's on that rock, which I didn't notice at first till I watched this footage back. So I'm going to position myself on hard cover here. Luckily, I'm under roof cover, and I survived that airstrike. He's on that rock. He's going to have to move to me. So here, I'm just going to try and not expose myself too much and get a couple shots on him. And again, he's going to keep peeking. I'm able to down him there. And this is a interesting spot. So that wall's going to move. I thought about pushing here, but I'm actually going to hesitate and roll back and try and anticipate which way he's going. Again, he's going to be very hurt at that point, and I'm able to down him and get the win there with the VSS Vintorez conversion from the AS VAL. So let me know what you guys think of this particular build. I really think this weapon handles really, really well in the close quarters engagements, even at shorter medium range. And again, like I said, I do run this sometimes with a Strelok stock also. That'll really just help out your range a little bit more with this weapon, which is always a good one. And especially with that 5 milliwatt, you can take advantage of the sprint to fire speed regardless. And really, relatively, I think your movement speed with this is pretty good. So let me know down below what you guys think is the VSS Vintorez for Warzone weapons, favorite weapon series. Let me know down below, have you unlocked the AS VAL yet? Have you converted? Have you played with this build? What's your favorite AS VAL or VSS Vintorez build? The SPP rounds, I think, are kind of useless in Warzone, unfortunately, so that's why we're opting for the 30-round mag of the SP6 rounds. But leave your comments down below, and until next time, this is Buffering Gaming with the VSS Vintorez. Till next time, Buffering Gaming, out.